to my Yu-Gi-Oh shop, card shop. How are you today? Oh, you're doing good. Okay, that's good. So, what are you looking for today? You're looking for some cards. Well, are you trying to build a deck or improve your deck? What are you trying to do? You're trying to build a deck. Okay, what kind of deck? Are you trying to build a machine, a spellcaster, warrior deck, a spirit deck, a dragon deck? What are you trying to build? A dragon deck. Okay. I think I got some cards that you'll find useful. Some I have repeats, and some I have just one. But the ones that I have copies of will be cheaper because I have copies, and the ones that I have one of, they'll be expensive. So let me show you what I have. The first card I have is Blue Eyes White Dragon. He's in foil. This is a foil, holographic foil, or whatever you want to call it. I have 4 copies of him. I have him in a gold foil, the foil cover, and like sparkle, and I got non-sparkle. But yeah, this is really like a staple card you need in a dragon deck, because this card is powerful, 3000 attack, 2500 defense. And there's multiple ways you could bring this card out, and there's multiple ways to summon him. And yeah, overall this card is pretty good. I don't have the fusion version of him. I wish I did. I would sell that, but there is a fusion version you might find in another shop. Is Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. You fuse 3 Blue Eyes to make that, and he has 4500 attack and I think 3500 defense. But yeah, this card is pretty great. The next card I have is the iconic card, the 5-headed dragon. This card is pretty cool. You need a fuse. It says you need to must be fuse summoned and cannot be special summoned, but other ways this card cannot be destroyed by battle with a dark earth, water, fire, or wind monster. So that means you could destroy it with a light monster. It must be fusion summoned with 5 dragon type monsters, so it doesn't matter the attribute, it just needs 5 dragon type monsters. This card is 5000 attack and defense, but it could be destroyed pretty easily by spells or traps. The next card I have for you this card is pretty iconic, and this card is very useful in a dragon deck. This Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. It has 2800 attack and 2400 defense, and his effect is pretty good. You could banish 1 dragon type monster from the graveyard, from your field, to special summon this card. And if you do once per turn, you could activate its effect, where you could special summon 1 dragon type monster from the graveyard or your hand. So it could be Blue Eyes, or it could be an effect type dragon monster, Stardust, or yeah, this card is a useful card in a dragon type deck, especially because you could banish 1 dragon type monster, so it could be like a level 3, a level 2, or level 1. As long as it's a dragon type, you could banish and special summon him. This card is very useful. I only have 1 copy for it, so he's gonna be pretty expensive. You want this one, Okay, I'll set it aside. And you wanted the blue eyes and the five-headed dragon. Okay. Well, I only have one copy of the five-headed dragon, so that's gonna be expensive as well. Let's keep going through. I have another dragon type card. It's pretty odd. It's called Montage Dragon. Let me read you his effect. Let's see. It says this card. Oh man. This card cannot be special summoned or set. This card cannot be special summoned by. This card can only. Wait. I'm sorry. It says this card cannot be special summoned or set. This card cannot be special summoned. Be special summoned except by sending 3 other monsters from your hand to the graveyard. This card's attack is equal to the number to the combined levels of the set monsters times 300. So in order to special summon this card, basically you need to send 3 cards from your hand to your graveyard and multiply the combined levels times 300 or times 3. So it could be 10 times 3, that's 300 or 3000. But yeah, this card is pretty good. Don't quote me on math. It's been a long time since I did math. But this card, it can be pretty useful because you don't need to sacrifice from the field. You could just send cards from your hands. You want this card. Okay, it's gonna be expensive too because I only got 1 copy. Let's keep going. Okay, I have another card. This card is called Mirage Dragon. I have like 3 copies of this card because it's so good. There's other card like this, but it's a beast type card and it has 2000 attack and I think only 200 defense. I forgot what the name of it was, but it does the same thing as this. This is Mirage Dragon. It's a light monster, and its effect is whenever during the battle phase your opponent cannot activate trap cards. So say for example it's your turn and you want to attack, your opponent cannot activate any trap cards. So like if he were to activate Mirror Force or Magic Cylinder or Shadow Spell or anything, he cannot do it during the battle phase. He can only do it like during the during your main phase. This card can be pretty useful in a dragon deck because it could give you an edge as long as you draw it. And with the combo, you can, like, say if it gets destroyed and you have Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, you could bring it back and just simply keep it on the field. This card is pretty amazing. I like it. I have a lot of copies, so it's gonna be cheap. But I have another card. I don't think anybody has ever heard of this card. I heard of it for the first time when I researched it up, and this card is called Stardust Assault Mode. Stardust Dragon Assault Mode. This card is very good. It's better than its synchro version, which I do have, which is Stardust. Basically, Stardust, whenever opponent would activate a card, a spell, trap, or monster effect that would target a card and destroy it, you could activate Stardust to negate that effect and destroy that monster. And by the end phase, you could bring Stardust back. But this card is different. It's basically almost the same, except this card cannot be summoned by tributing. It can only be summoned by using Assault Mode activate and having and tributing that monster a specific monster in order to summon this monster, and the effect of this card is during your turn or your opponent's turn, whenever your opponent activates a card effect, whether it be monster, spell, or trap, you can activate the effect of this card, which is you can banish this card and you can negate the effect of that card, and by the end phase you can bring this card back. But I really like this card because it has 3000 attack and 2500 defense, just like Blue Eyes. It has more attack and defense than Stardust Dragon does, which I like. And another good combo you could do is Red Ice Darkness Metal Dragon. Say this turn you activate Assault Mode activate, which you need to summon this card. You summon this card, then you can use Stardust. Yeah, and you can use Red Ice Darkness Metal Dragon's effect to bring back Stardust, and you could have like a two hit combo whenever you play. I had built a dragon deck like this, and man, it was pretty awesome. I beat a lot of people that way. I don't play Yu-Gi-Oh anymore because there's a lot of people that like do bull moves. They do, I don't want to say BC, I was gonna say the initials BC moves. I think all of y'all know what BC or BS is. They do like, they have BS decks or BC decks, like they summon a monster, bring back another monster, they summon a monster to special summon another monster, and they have all these crazy effects. That's why I don't play Yu-Gi-Oh no more, because people build their decks on complicated and crazy things that they only understand. I'm an old school Yu-Gi-Oh player. I like to play based off turns and like drawing and by luck. But you know, you have people out there that have the FTKs, first turn kills, which you basically, well, I can't say kill because that's bad, first turn ending or whatever, where they basically beat you on their first turn and you never get to put down a card or you never get to play. I don't like that, and I don't like how people, you know, they like XZ summon or they pendulum summon in order to special summon monsters from their extra deck. I like old school Yu-Gi-Oh where you simply just build a deck and you play against other old school players. There's not a lot of people around like that anymore because they try to convert back. They try to convert to like, oh yeah, I summon this to summon this and I use this to do this and blah blah blah. I don't like that. It just ruins Yu-Gi-Oh, especially with Duel Links out now and Firewall. I don't really know about that because I don't keep up with Yu-Gi-Oh and I don't keep up with the ban list at all. But yeah, these cards that you chose will help you with your dragon deck. Now, all I got to tell you is the prices of these cards. So, for Mirage Dragon, I'll only charge you $4 because I have a lot of copies. For Mirage, I only charge you $10 because I have one copy. For Blue Eyes, I only charge you $5 because I have multiple copies. For 5-headed Dragon, I'll charge you $10. And for a Red Ice Darkness Metal Dragon, I'll charge you $15 because he's like a good monster. He's not super or anything, but he's a good monster. And for Stardust Assault Mode Dragon, I'll charge you $15 because his effect is good. So let's see, 15 and 15, that's 30. 5, that's 35. 10, that's 45. 4, that's 49. And 10, that's, no, 15. That is 69, 77, what's it? So $74, but I'll reduce it down to 35 for all of these, just because you came back. How does that sound? 35 for all of these. Okay, you'll do it, okay? Well, here goes your cards, and thank you for coming in and checking out our selection. I do have more dragon cards for you to look at and more other cards for you to look at. Don't forget to come back because we might have a sale on some cards.